We are here to talk about Insidious.
That initial film really struck a chord.
I thought it was really cool to pick it up, cutting to several years later, because I wanted this to connect and have the Lambert trilogy.
I was so excited.
For you to revisit a character
that
you played.
when I was 8.
What a cool opportunity for all the original cast to come back.
Definitely.
With Patrick at the helm.
One of the special qualities of the Insidious franchise is it starts in such a very real place with this young family. Then as you get into the supernatural stuff, we can take an audience on this crazy journey that's going to be freaky and weird. But ultimately, I just want them to be entertained and scared to death.
We definitely upped the grossness on demons.
It has been a minute since we've done these movies.
These little boys are now these big kids.
And we went through some craziness. We've made the original Insidious film 13 years ago. And one of the things that resonated with audiences about the Lambert family is it starts in such a very real place. This couple moving into this new house with this young family.
There was something really grounding about the family and relatable, and that initial film really struck a chord in a way,
It did.
Yeah.
You guys probably remember how scared I was. I had this very early memory of the first day of set, I think, and then like looking up and just seeing Joe Bashira's eyes, like looking at me and just being like, oh, no. Just getting terrified as soon as they called action.
Oh, those tears were real. Those tears in the lair were real, for sure.
But it opened up a love for that genre.
The most fun for me is cutting to 9 years later in the events that Dalton goes through into school to connect and kind of have the Lambert trilogy.
I think they could be clues from my past.
As a kid, he would draw his dreams and his travels, and that was his outlet. And now he's in this art school that awakens that outlet. It brings back that family drama and all the paranormal stuff.
Yeah, I think it's creepier because it goes more into the subconscious and all that stuff I've always loved.
Yeah.
It's the further. I love that stuff.
Thing that I feel like almost every young person goes through at one point or another, just kind of resentment for your family and for your parents and dealing with that.
Felt super passionate about their father-son relationship with this multi-generational trauma and how they can fix their relationship as best as they can when they're at opposite sides.
To be able to have Dalton face his demons while in a way I was also doing it for myself felt very natural because you've played my dad in 4 movies now, I think. And like I've known you since I was 3, and having the history with our family in the movie.
And it's 13 years since the first one.
It's really cool.
I'm very proud of it.
So I am so thankful that audiences had such a love for this franchise.
Cut.
Great. That was awesome. Thank you. I did not think I'd be playing the role 3 times and certainly not directing the 5th installment.
It's so special to be back for this next chapter of the movie.
It's a crazy thing for Insidious. It's like a full circle moment.
I remember after I was possessed and when they hypnotize us.
Are you ready?
I thought, oh, I hope I get to come back head of film over at Blumhouse. I said, what about Patrick directing? I guess I was just hoping for something real. And I think the story goes, they were like, God, why didn't we think of that?
This new chapter is extraordinary.
He's a very good communicator about what he's looking for me and what he's expecting from me.
I've known those guys at Blumhouse. This is our 4th film together. They know how to do these movies. First of all, horror movies, but certainly Insidious movies better than anybody else. I sat and thought about the story that I wanted to tell, even though I was first-time director. Dalton, I know that you've got to find a story that you're passionate about because it's going to live with you until the movie's done.
See you next Friday.
Tell Foster to pack his history homework. I'll help him with it. So I came up with a few ideas where I would like to take the characters. I wanted as many of the original cast back as I could.
Patrick came to me with this idea and he was like, would you be willing to come back? Of course, this would be incredible.
When they first presented the idea to direct, there were so many things and so many themes that I felt like I could really dig into.
Patrick's conversations that he and I had was really just about who Dalton was now and how he got there.
Digging into that father-son relationship was something really important to me.
If there's a big chunk of your childhood missing because of this coma that you've been told that you're in your whole life, what would that do to a person?
We meet Dalton and you immediately get the sense of his trouble and the weight on his shoulders.
I wanted to introduce memory of Josh's father, someone we never talked about. I was very careful to address and undo the end of Insidious 2, really unpack that. But I'm so respectful to the series and to James that I wanted this to be a continuation of that story and not just change things for the sake of change. With every time that I would add in a new level, I had to go back to the other movies and make sure I wasn't redoing any of our journey throughout the other movies. I always wanted it to line up.
Patrick really explores going into the further, which was one of the most fun and strange and exhilarating parts of the film.
There's a certain amount of strangeness and weirdness in Insidious films that I love, that you can't do in a lot of movies.
Patrick's intention was to make a film that the fans would appreciate and all of the iconic moments.
And I think that's what Insidious fans like. I think it's equally scary as it is melodramatic and gives you a lot of opportunities as an actor to really chew on some really strange stuff. And as a director, then you've got a real field day of how you want to shoot things conceptually. Like, what if they did this and then it had an effect in the real world? As long as you start from a very real place, nothing's really off limits, as long as you can get the audience from the beginning.
Oh, God.
Insidious is back. But before you go out into the theater, how about a little recap?
In Chapter 1, the Lamberts are struck by tragedy when their oldest son, Dalton, falls into a coma.
After exhausting every logical explanation, they call in psychic Elise Rainier, who reveals that Dalton's spirit is trapped in a dimension known as the Further.
But this goes even deeper. Josh, too, has the ability to astral project, and while saving Dalton, Josh gets possessed by a demon.
Chapter 2, Josh is now trapped in the Further, and this time Dalton travels back to save his dad.
With the family reunited, Dalton and Josh attempt to have their memories suppressed and move on with their lives.
Nearly a decade later, the Lambert family and all their secrets are back. First, things seem okay, but soon enough, the Lamberts have to face terrifying demons, old and new.
This is tough. Okay, do you know what this is?
No. Oh, I do know what that is. That is the gas mask.
Yes!
Yes, that Elise wore in the first one.
Go for it.
All right. You don't know what this is, do you? It's art school.
What's that? That art school?
That's art school. Look, there's the schoolhouse, there's me. I'm painting. It's a very pretty day out in New Jersey on the university's
lazy,
campus.
folks. That's lazy. All right, let's go again. Come on, quicker. Now I'm just getting creative because I'm already done.
That's good. That's a metronome. Patrick's just way better at art than me.
You drew that in 45 seconds?
I did, yeah.
What did you do for the other 40? Oh my God. It's Dalton with a lantern in the Further.
It was actually you, but yes, the Further. This is the Further.
Oh God. Oh boy, this is tough.
Oh, easy. Ooh, this is... Lipstick.
Lantern.
Yep. It's a half-decent lantern. Look at your lipstick, man. Look at your lipstick.
You're right, it's not a great lipstick. All right, you've been watching Drawn into the Further, Insidious The Red Door.